This is the Johnson Family Values. This is the Johnson Family Values.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Johnson Family Values. Today's video is a requested video from a couple of our YouTube subscribers. It was pretty much a piggyback off of the plus size experience with my pregnancy. They wanted to know where I found a lot of my clothing, you know, the essentials for a plus size woman and things like that. So I'm going to go over where I found some of my clothing and some of the things that are must-haves for someone who is plus size and pregnant. So just as a little disclaimer, everyone is probably wondering what I have on my shirt. Some of you know and some of you may not know, but I am a makeup artist, and today I vended my first event. So I decided, since my makeup was already done and things like that, and I hadn't posted another video, I was like, let me make this video real fast so that you guys could have it. My makeup's done. I'm like, oh, you look good, girl, so why don't you just go ahead and make the video. So yes, I am a makeup artist, and I will link in the description box who made my logo. I wish you guys could see it. It's yellow, so it's a little glare from the light, but I'll link in the description box who made my logo, as well as who made the t-shirt for me. I am also having an event January 18th. Tickets are now on sale. I'm going to be hosting a Back to the Basics makeup class for individuals who are learning how to apply their makeup properly and things like that. So it's $45 from today, September 28th, to October 28th, and then it will be $55 after. So get your tickets now so that the price doesn't raise on you, and I hope to see you there. Now, back to the actual video and what we're actually here for today. So a lot of individuals say that when you're a plus size and pregnant, it is hard to find a lot of the things that your average size woman can find easily. And it is very true. It's hard to find clothing. It's hard to find, you know, the belly bands. It's hard to find back braces that work. It's just really hard to find the necessities that average size women can find without a problem. So I'm going to go down the line, and I'm going to give you guys my tips and tricks and the places that I found some of my clothing and things like that. So the first category I'm going to start with is clothing. That is the hardest thing to find for a plus size woman who is pregnant. I did not wear maternity clothing because I just didn't like the way they looked on me. So what I decided to do was go to some of the stores that carry plus sizes, like Target, believe it or not, Walmart, Torrid, Lane Bryant, Fashion to Figure, and things like that, places like that. I also looked on Amazon for everything, even if it was a long flowy dress, a baby doll shirt. They have that stuff there. Amazon is the go-to place for plus size dresses, and I say tops as well. I did wear a pair of their leggings when I came home after having the baby, but Amazon is my go-to place when it comes to dresses and things like that. So I decided to do one size bigger than my normal size, so that when I was no longer pregnant, I could wear the clothes over and over and over again until, you know, of course, they were either too big or they began to look sloppy on me. So that's what I decided to do so that we can continue to wear them after the pregnancy. So the next category is undergarments. The belly bands are very difficult for plus size women because sometimes they just don't fit. And when they say they're plus size, 9 times out of 10, they're like 2 sizes too small. So your extra large would actually be a medium, or your 2X would be a large. And it's just, you know, they're not true to size. So what I decided to do was go to Torrid or Lane Bryant or places that carry something similar to Spanx and purchase 2 sizes bigger. It helped me feel a little more secure. I cleaned them every day because I wore them every day, but 9 times out of 10, you don't have to wear underwear with them if you get the underwear type. Line it with a panty liner because you do have a lot of discharge as a pregnant woman. But the Spanx helped feel a little bit more secure, especially if you have a larger belly and you're pregnant. It can make you feel really heavy. So wearing the Spanx, so 2 sizes a little bigger, you'll feel a little bit more secure, and it'll give it a little bit more of a lift to your stomach. So I do like to wear Spanx 2 sizes bigger. Next thing I did was my nursing bras. I actually wore the sports like nursing bras from Amazon. So after I had her, I was able to get I think it was like a 3X for my breasts for the nursing bras, and they worked really well. Now, I didn't wear them out because I am very heavy chested, so it didn't look too good, but I did wear them at home and while in bed so that I can, nurse her while, in the middle of the night, and it'll be easier to take them off. So yes, I was able to find nursing bras, on Amazon. As far as underwear is concerned, I actually got my underwear from Walmart. I am a size 9 when it comes to underwear, so they have all the way up to a size 14, I believe. So I do like the thicker cotton, sometimes satin. So I would go to Torrid and get, really pretty underwear for, a date night or something like that. But they still sat up a little higher on the belly. They didn't make you feel like they were sitting under your belly and cutting off your circulation. So going to like Torrid, Lane Bryant, they have great underwear for plus size women. The next category I want to do is back braces. Now, there were some individuals that asked about back braces. I'll be honest with you, I did look for one, and that's only because I thought I needed it, but I really didn't. Once I started to wear the Spank and it helped lift my belly up a little bit more, I didn't necessarily need the back brace. And I also changed my posture and how I was sitting at work, so that did help with not needing the back brace. However, Amazon, my go-to place, has wonderful quality back braces. My husband has one for his back from when he works out, and that's where he got it from. But if you look and you put in plus size pregnancy back braces, you'll find a whole lot of different colors, a whole lot of different styles and things like that. You may even come across the belly bands and see, if you can fit them, by all means, purchase them, but the Spank works just as good. So just as a pregnant woman in general, you want to make sure that your hygiene is up to par. So these are some of the necessities that I used when I was pregnant with both of my children. I used a lot of the cocoa butters from My Belly. Although I have stretch marks, and that's because I'm prone to them, it helped with the itch from the stretching, and it helped with the feeling dry, because my skin completely changed with Mariah. Like, my skin glowed with Kyle, but with Mariah, ooh child, my skin completely changed. So I had to make sure that I was well moisturized all over, and especially in my face. I have a lot of acne with her and things like that. So you just want to make sure that you're well moisturized. So the cocoa butter, coconut oil, and believe it or not, extra virgin olive oil, which we use that as blessed oil for when we are praying over our family and our homes and things like that. So I did purchase a separate one for when I wanted to apply it to my body. Another thing that I liked to use were the panty liners. As a pregnant woman, you guys know there's a lot of discharge. Sometimes you don't know what it is, but it's a lot of discharge, and you don't want to mess up your good underwear, especially if you're plus size and you had to go to Torrid or Lane Bryant to purchase your underwear. You don't want to mess them up. So I did use a lot of panty liners. I always use the Always brand, and they seem to help keep my underwear clean, secure, not smelling and things like that, because sometimes that discharge can be a little potent, and you want to make sure that it's not harming or discoloring. Or so that's pretty much all that I did while I was plus size and pregnant. Like I said, everybody is different. It really depends on how your body is taking to the pregnancy. My back hurt a lot with Mariah, and again, those Spanx, when you kind of put them on, even though they're very, very form-fitting, they're tight, if you go a size or two bigger, it'll just help feel a little bit more secure, and it'll help lift up the belly and not feel like you're sagging or feeling like it's really, really heavy down there. So like I said, the Spanx really, really, really do work. I just hope that this was helpful. You know, I didn't do too much extra stuff. You know, it wasn't extraordinary what I did. But as far as the clothing, like I said, go to Amazon, go to your plus size stores like Torrid, Lane Bryant, and Target. You know, those type of places. You know, there's a lot of places out here that carry plus size that you would have never known carried plus size, and they're very, very beautiful pieces. So Amazon is really your go-to place. So I'm going to link a couple of pictures, or I'm sorry, place a couple of pictures in after this video so that you guys can see some of the outfits that I put together from Torrid and Lane Bryant and Target, as well as Amazon. Amazon, I actually purchased my baby shower dress from there. So you'll see how you can put some stuff together and things like that. So I really hope that this video was helpful. As I said, it wasn't anything extraordinary, you know, but again, I hope it was helpful. Remember to like and comment on this video. If you guys have any other future videos that you would like to see, put them in the comment box below. Again, the links to all the stores and some of my outfits will be in the description box. Remember to subscribe to the video. We want to make sure that you don't miss any uploads from us. So hit that post notification bell. Once we reach 100 subscribers, we are going to do a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Help us get to 100, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.